Chemical corrections. A chemical neurosynapse imbalance corrections from he was acting up. He did something naughty maybe, and threw temper tantrums about it, and got 4,100 plus days of chemical neuroscience synapse reformation corrections via prescription medicine. Like he ate too much sugar in his youth or had ADHD. Now I know it'd be a blessing if he had autism, schizophrenia, bipolar, manic depression, Down syndrome, even. He wishes he had, because then he wouldn't be working on his brain in such a negative manner for such a long time. That's a lot of pain to go through. That's like taking a punch in the head, or a Louisville Slugger, not to the tail lights, not to the headlights, but right to the abdomen. You just hit him in the gut with a baseball bat once every 24 hours for 11 years of his life. 11 years and a month of his life. Or you go ahead and take one of them. Mickey Brad Pitt from Snatch and slug him like he's Gorgeous George, but once every 24 hours. With a chemical that's known to kill people that causes strokes, heart attacks, seizures, of multiple kinds of seizures, blindness, deafness, loss of taste, loss of speech, frothing at the mouth, irritable bowels, impotence. We mentioned heart attacks, strokes, heart palpitations, and seizures, right? Blindness, deafness, all loss of all senses, even uh, tremors after a long while, and long prolonged use of consecutive use like that. Now, if it was for a mental illness, it would have been in 6 weeks in increment doses. You start them off at a half milligrams, and then you go up to full maximum strength, which for Vraylar is 6, for Risperidone was an instant dissolve tab 12. And then you bring them down from that. As soon as it hits maximum dose, you stay in that for maybe up to 3 days, and then you bring them down. The whole thing's done in 6 weeks, and then you get a nice 18-week break to describe how it's managed your system, because it stays in your system for 3 months. Every dose you take stays in your system for 120 days, 30, 60, 90, for 90 days. And they want it in your system if you have mental illness, or like autism or something else I mentioned, for not the entirety of the 3 months. So you'd be on it for 6 weeks, and then you'd be off of it for long enough, for at least 3 months since the last dose, so that you get to live some time off the meds for a while. Now that's for regular ordinary mental health, mental illness. Never have I run across on the webs of 11 years of perusing have I found a case similar to mine, except for extreme brain damage, as if you've taken a bullet through the skull and through the membrane itself. And you just pick something that agrees with your body and bloodstream, and hope the prescription doesn't cause damage, and hope whatever receptors is activating can promote regrowth of what's been removed from a projectile or something similar. So now that's the only instance that I found something similar is 4,090 days worth of a prescription antipsychotic sedative in such a dose with no breaks, besides a regular ordinary Adderall or Ritalin for ADHD, which starts from the age of 5 up to the age of, say, 18 or 21 at the very most.